Just a heads up, my upstairs neighbor has decided that now is the perfect time to start drilling into his floor, apparently.
Cool.
So we might have
Excellent.
a guest appearance from Holger.
Okay, cool. And featuring special guest.
My neighbor.
On the other side of that coin, it's almost American Thanksgiving, which means I am vaguely sick. It's probably just allergies, but I can't stop coughing. So I got that good Robitussin, and I'm the one that edits the podcast, so it should be fine. But just so you're aware.
Your body seems to be deathly allergic to going to the beach. Not even being at the beach, but just knowing that you're going.
The idea
seems to inflict
of
you with
beach,
some kind of plague.
Absolutely. The idea of beach and my body starts releasing like antihistamine. Histamines? The bad ones. It starts releasing histamines. More like pistamines. So our parents have like a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, 3. They have 3. It's not like a cat hoarder situation.
No, they have 3.
It is 3.
Hold on.
June.
Yeah.
Eno.
Are you just going to
Eli.
dox their cats like this? Actually, that's fine. You can dox the fuck out of Eno. Yeah, it's 3. They have 3 cats. Eli is great. Eli was your cat. He's got 3 legs and he's fucking dope.
He's beautiful and he's gay. What's not
apparently
to love?
He's gay.
He's gay and he's nice.
He doesn't have a penis, but he's still just fine.
He does.
No, he got neutered, and that's what they do is they take the whole dang thing off. I saw it on the internet.
No, there's no
okay.
arguing that.
Listen, okay. Eno's great. June's great. June's super sweet. I love her to death. Eno fucking hates me. Like,
oh yeah, he wants you dead.
He wants to kill the shit out of me. I walk in the house and he just turns sour and hateful and cruel. And it's just like a constant streak of like, I come around corners and he just starts growling and hissing. Mm-hmm. And like, I've never had any cats do this to me before. Like, cats tend to really like me. You know, listen, I swear, cats like me. I'm super cool with cats.
No, I'm really nice to cats. I've never done anything mean to cats. I love cats.
This fucking cat, though.
Oh, gosh.
And it's transitive to the point where, like, if I'm around and my son is around, he gets angry at my son.
What if just your son is there?
I don't know. It seems like it's okay. But here's the thing. This is what I wanted to tell you about. So he spent the weekend at Appa and Bubby's this weekend. And I dropped him off, and then I went to go spend some time with my friends. And when I came back, my son had solved the Eno problem. And so his solution...
How?
His solution to the Eno problem is that anytime he sees Eno, he comes around a corner and sees Eno, or walks in the hall or sees Eno, or Eno comes around the corner towards him, without missing a beat, he puts his hands in little like 3-fingered cat paw shape and goes, meow! And yells meow at him. And like eyes get wide and he fucking books it every single time and just leaves. Zero hesitation. Like, he doesn't even think that he's doing, he just does it, and the cat leaves and he carries on his merry way. It's amazing.
So you understand you need to do an experiment now.
Yeah. I tried it. Eno is not interested in me doing it. The only time
that was gonna be my suggestion.
You know what did get him to stop yelling at me? Because I gave him
What's
a Dorito.
He does like Doritos.
And for about 10 minutes, we were best friends, man. He did not mind.
Yeah, I've never seen a cat just hate somebody as much as Eno hates you. And like, you haven't done anything to him. Like, you're like genuinely like very good to cats, but like I have never seen a cat act this way. But to be fair, Eno does a lot of things that I've never seen another cat do.
Yeah, Eno's unhinged, but I've never met a living entity that was so murderous directed towards me as this cat. This cat is like, if I had thumbs, you'd already be dead levels of like, I fucking hate this guy. He better not walk into my house. Like, I've had to like step over him to get into the bedroom, and he just like lays there, points out, ready to fucking gouge my Achilles tendon. Like,
like screaming the entire time.
Yelling, just like shrieking like a fucking banshee. Just wants to ruin my. I ain't even do nothing though. Like I'm just trying to like mind my own business and chill, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Polydactyl.
Vociferous.
Bombastic.
Rectangle.
Big words for smart people.
Hey, this is Big Words for Smart People, the only podcast that makes dumb guys smarter and smart guys more smarter. I'm Frankie. My pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Eric, and my pronouns are he, him. And it's a New Word Wednesday.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
Happy New Word Wednesday.
Happy New Word Wednesday. Happy first day of December.
Oh, yeah. It's officially Christmas.
It's officially, you're on that Christmas creep? You doing the Christmas? When does your Christmas, when does your Christmas start? And has that changed?
Well, we had our...
Yeah.
I do think my Christmas has creeped up a little bit since moving to Germany, because Germany is all about the Christmas markets, which are so cute and so fun.
Okay.
But we had our first snow on Sunday night, so I'm counting that as the beginning of Christmas.
Now snow, that's the cold wet. Is that we don't get that anymore. So is that the cold wet that shuts down countries?
That's the cold. Yeah, that's the cold wet that you like.
I was talking to a coworker when I was in a different state, like a different state in the United States, not like a different state of mind. And we were talking about snow, and they were like, this is a place that actually gets snow, so they have a snow response, and they made a joke about how, like, you know, places in the South just like shut down if it starts snowing. And so I had to pull up the picture from, like, 2012 when it snowed in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, on 40.
And on 40, and there's like a car on fire and people are screaming. It's just a complete disaster because some snow fell.
Yeah, you see two flakes, all the schools are closed, and like that is still an adjustment for me. Like, I'll be talking to my coworkers and they'll be like, yeah, I had to walk through the snow to take my kids to school, and I'm like, they still had school?
School and snow don't mix. What are you talking about? Well, there was
snow means no school.
There was a time that the district I worked in when I was teaching didn't call it early, and it was an ice storm. And so it got so bad, like I was doing dismissal, and dismissal was on a slope. And genuinely, I and also cars were slipping down the slope trying to get their kids to leave. So I drove home. It took me 4 hours to go what is normally a 28-minute long drive. And like, I was passing trucks perpendicular to the road up against like bumpers and like buses and ditches. And it was just like everything. It was all chaos. And it's like, you know, kids were on buses. They weren't getting home till 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. So ever since then, if someone says the S word too loud, like I've said it so many times now, I'm pretty sure the county just closed schools. Like, it's done and dusted. And since
I feel a chill.
We got to close it. And also because like this is the big bummer. Ever since like quarantine, there's no such thing as a snow day anymore. Like, snow days don't exist because if it snows, they cancel in-person school, but you then have to log in and do remote teaching.
That's a fucking bummer, man.
Yeah. First of all,
sucks.
None of those teachers are prepared. No one's doing jack shit. Second of all, my wife and I have already decided that if it snows and the school that he goes to goes, I guess we're doing a remote learning day, we're far enough in the country group, like, we ain't got no power. Don't know what to tell you. Bummer. He'll be back later. Cause like fucking there's nothing. Oh man.
He's sick.
He's sick.
He's got snow fever.
Well, no one's plowing my street, and we're far enough out there that you've been to my house before.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's snow, we got it. So yeah, like there's nothing better than an impromptu snow day. And so what we'll do is instead we'll take the sled and go sneak through the electric fence and go sled down the hills on the cow farm that we live on. And it'd be really exciting. And we'll come home either covered in cow shit or exhausted or both.
There's worse kinds of shit to fall in than cow shit.
Cow shit? All right. This might say a lot about where we grew up. Cow shit smells good. Like, it's not a bad smell.
Any herbivore. Yeah. Horse shit is like almost good.
Horse shit's wild. I think horse shit fresh from the dumper is a very different smell than horse shit that's been sitting out for a couple of hours. And I like it kind of stale. I like
Everybody
it kind of
knows
stale.
that.
Yeah. So what's your yeah.
This is so thematic. It's almost like you knew which word I brought to the table today. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't.
I didn't look. I had no idea.
Well, the word I brought for us today is pastoral.
Pastoral.
Oh, baby, I hear the hills a calling, bucolic and scrambled eggs. I was really hoping I would come up with something.
Yeah, man. You nailed it.
Pastoral is an adjective.
Yeah. That's when you got blown a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's my past oral.
That's past oral. Present oral is a different situation.
It means when someone named Alan joins the clergy. Oh, that's Pastor Al, excuse me.
Pastor Al, yeah.
So pastoral is an adjective.
Yeah.
It means of, relating to, or composed of shepherds or herdsmen, or devoted to or based on livestock raising, or of relating to the countryside, not urban, or portraying or expressive of the life of shepherds or country people, especially in an idealized and conventionalized manner, or pleasingly peaceful and innocent, idyllic. We're going to focus on the next to last one mostly.
That makes sense, because that's what my wife did her doctorate on.
Oh boy. So maybe you can bring some intelligence into this conversation.
Never have, never will.
To make a very interesting topic very, very, very succinct, pastoralism is like an aesthetic or an artistic movement, I reckon, that basically portrays like an idealized version of country life. And it's mostly something that's targeted towards urban and suburban yuppies who are getting tired of the rat race and dream of escaping to a simpler life in the countryside.
Yeah.
This isn't
so Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, yeah. even Animal Crossing in a way.
I mean, like genuinely, I think like modernized pastoral approach is like Stardew Valley. To the point, like, where the frame narrative at the beginning of the game of being like, you're working in a shitty corporation and it's miserable, but oh, good news, you've discovered a secret letter from your grandpa that says, like, come on out to this farm where everything's happy and everyone's hot and animals is cheap and we're going to pretend like there's not a war happening and, like, it's all going to be wonderful and splendid is, like, obvious, but also it'd be nice, huh?
It is nice. It's nice to think about.
Pretty nice, no? It's a good game. It's a great game.
In real life, you need to fight this voice in your mind that's like, maybe if I just like start homesteading and raising chickens and I'll have like a plot of land on which I can raise corn and squash. Don't do that. You will starve. Yeah. You will fail and starve.
Be honest. Have you ever like genuinely entertained that impulse?
It's one of those thoughts that I like to just kind of roll around in my mind, kind of like I'm sucking on a rock, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's an interesting texture. I'm not going to get any nutrients from it. I'm not actually going to get anything out of entertaining this thought, but you know, it's fun to think about. I'm very anti-colonial, anti-imperialist, but
you know, if you have to say it, you definitely are. Yeah. However,
after my first winter in Germany, there was a part of me that was like, how hard would it be to overthrow Palau?
Okay, so I've never even got close to entertaining this because I'm old enough and honest enough with myself to know that I like processed foods.
Yeah,
Like
in
a
video
lot.
games.
like in video and things that require electricity, like dangerously so. So like I like the idea. I appreciate. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of like having a farm and being like, here's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a farmer and it's gonna be great. But I do want my farm to have like fiber installed. And like like some farms are, like really modern and like your tractor can like GPS track itself and keep you in straight lines and all you have to do is sit in the chair. That's the farming for me, baby. Like that sounds great. It's just like a management sim. I don't need the hard part. I do like this like conversation around the pastoral because it is a modality of writing that is like ancient. People from like the first time we could ever put words to vellum, to paper, right, have been like, yes, but the idyllic farmer who needs not worry about anything but his crops and animals. Oh, if I could be like that. And that's like as old as writing is.
Yeah.
And it's also, what that means is all like pastoral writing is always hearkening to something that never actually existed.
Yeah, it's a fantasy.
Like it is a full fantasy. It must be really nice. Cause guess what? Y'all, farming's hard as shit. Like,
yeah, it's really hard.
Really sucky. And you
And, like,
almost never make money. And it's
Yeah.
always miserable. And things die constantly. And like weather's
the-
bad.
The good years are
Or
good,
good.
but then like you get a year where like all of your squash gets powder mildew and then suddenly you have no food over the winter.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
for every like aesthetic TikTok where you see someone like harvesting eggs and making bread from scratch, like you got to do something with those chickens when they get egg bound. You got to do something with those
Yeah.
chickens when you decide you want to eat chicken.
You
Like,
gotta eat a chicken.
you know?
Yeah. I am aggressively atheist, but I'm pretty sure that in the year of 2025, if I owned a farm, I would be inventing a whole pantheon of deities that I could blame all the bullshit on. Because
Yeah.
like sometimes the rain is intentional. Someone's doing that. Like you know it. You go like 8 weeks with no rain and then a flood comes in. There's
Damn you, Thor.
Yeah. Curse you. There's a really interesting like spur of pastoral writing that ended up like getting in the work I did, which is like the idyllic writing of a outdoor space, but focus on the wilderness instead of tamed, like structured outdoor spaces. So it does the same thing where it's like the wilderness is idyllic and wonderful, but also, and like you being in wilderness would cure your soul. But also, if you go into the wilderness, it's no longer pure in wilderness. And so that kind of doesn't ever work anyways to begin with, full stop.
So
right?
there's no way to purify your soul.
Correct.
Is what I'm hearing.
But like, we talked about Bisclavret a little while ago, and Bisclavret, like the whole idea is like he goes into the woods and does shit, and then he comes back again. There's
he
a retin.
He
like
goes to wolf out. He comes back.
He wolfs out. He yiffs out for a little while, then he comes back again and feels great, recharged and everything. But like, there's all kinds of stories to do. One of my favorite stories is Sir Orfeo. It's a medieval retelling of the Orpheus myth.
Badass. That sounds really cool.
It's so fucking cool. I'll talk about it more in another episode. But like Sir Orfeo goes into the woods, and that's where he's able to like become who he is and like purify his soul and stuff. It's like, it's also talking about the wilderness as like this special place. Also, just so you know, because it's really funny, you know how in the Orpheus myth, fucking Orpheus fucks up at the end and Eurydice gets pulled back to Hades forever?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the medieval retelling, it's fairies that take his wife, and he goes in and the fairy king's like, I'll give you anything. That music was so good. And he goes, I want my wife. And the fairy king's like, cool, dude. And then they go back home again. Like, that's the happy. They're like, I don't want to have a bad ending. This is great.
I love that retelling. If I was Orpheus, I just wouldn't have looked back. Duh.
I mean, like, listen, I'm just saying, like, if you could just like
Duh-doy.
not look back a little bit, fucking idiot.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Fucking
Look back much, idiot.
moron. Don't look back in anger, more like don't look back at all. What if you
Don't
did
look
look
back at
back in
your
anger
wife.
and you're like, fuck you, and watch her get it. They actually had like marital issues, and this was like the quick
like, I know-
out, and he like,
I know where I'm going.
yeah, listen, I know, like, they'd been fighting for a while, and like Orpheus had been looking for an off ramp but couldn't find it because they'd been together for too long, and so he had to make a show of trying to get her out, but like accidentally turned around to look back again, like, oh no, there she goes. Hi,
Dude,
Penelope. How are
That
you?
is so much sadder.
That's not worse. They got 2 kids at home, and they're just like, "Where's mom?" And he's like, "Listen, man, this is your new mom now, and she's an accountant."
She went out for smokes. There's fire in Hades, right? That's like a funny joke.
There's- I mean, yeah, totally, man. It was hilarious too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
The
podcast.
Tartarus, good Tartarus smokes.
Yeah.
I don't think Eurydice goes to Tartarus, though. Get in our comments
know.
and tell us what part
Yeah.
of Hades is Eurydice in, and does Frankie's joke hold water? And could it hold water, or is it too hot where Eurydice is to hold the water?
Basically, just tell me whether or not I mean, I know I'm funny, but tell me how funny
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted to talk about, right?
So I brought this word today because I've been watching a lot of 90s home decorating shows.
Oh,
I've been
Christ.
watching Decorating Sense, which is all about redecorating one room in your house for less than $500. It's about $1,000 in 2025 money because it's originally aired in 1997.
Okay.
And holy smokes, the pastoralism is thick.
Is it there?
Like, I've watched 5 seasons of this show this week.
Hey, real quick, pause the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Frankie, are you okay? Are you good, man?
It's winter. My wife isn't here. I got nothing to do, and the episodes are only 22 minutes. They're quite short.
Okay.
But like,
All right, we can. Hold on. Resume the podcast. Okay, go ahead.
but like, apparently, according to Decorating Sense, in 1997 through 1999, your options for home decor styles were shabby chic, modern industrial, French country, American country, or contemporary. There's a lot of country stuff. A lot of like
Okay.
turning an old pitchfork into a coat rack. I made a coffee table out of
jeez.
a child's wagon. You know? And like seeing all these things,
Everything's brown.
there, oh my god, I wish. There's so many patterns. There's so much extra fabric all over everything. When was the last time you saw a chair skirt outside of like a wedding? It's crazy.
Oh. Yeah, none times.
Like watching this show, I'm like recognizing all these like very 90s aesthetics that I remember from being a kid. I think you remember them as well.
Yeah, I do.
But, you know, I'm sure that we have listeners of all ages, of all backgrounds. Not everybody grew up in middle-class America in the 90s and 2000s. So in order to help get people into that mind space to kind of know what I'm talking about here, I did make kind of a guided meditation. So, you know, just close your eyes. I'm going to take you on a journey and we'll bring you back in a few minutes. It's a sunny Saturday afternoon in September 1999. You've just started 3rd grade and life is good. You walk into the kitchen, tracing your fingers along the wallpaper border above the chair rail. Cherubs hidden among grape leaves and bronze filigree gaze down at you through the faux patinaed finish, but you don't pay them any mind. You open the door to the pantry, which is a repurposed antique pie safe, and thrust your dirty little child hand into the wicker basket your mom keeps the lunchbox snacks in. You fish out some Scooby-Doo fruit snacks and pray that this pack contains all Scooby's and mystery machines, the best flavors, like that one time in 1st grade when that happened, and it was so cool. You never figured out how to close the pie safe, so you leave the door ajar, allowing the family dog to dip into the onion sack again. Then you decide, you know what? A Go-Gurt would really wash down these scoobs. So you head over to the fridge, which is a normal fridge, but your mom replaced the handle with a reclaimed porch rail. Unfortunately, the off-white crackle paint that your mom applied over the goldenrod base coat to give it that antique effect camouflaged a huge splinter, so when you pulled the handle, ouch! That really hurt. But you're a tough kid. You didn't even cry that one time you accidentally stepped on a bee during vacation Bible school, and you're certainly not going to cry now. But you do decide that this gives you cause to self-soothe with a second Go-Gurt from the decorative aspic mold your mother uses to house the Go-Gurts. You take your snack to the kitchen table, which your mother painted cornflower blue and then top-coated with an off-white crackle paint to give it that antique effect, and sit in your favorite kitchen chair, which your mother painted cornflower blue and then top-coated with an off-white crackle paint to give it that antique effect, and topped with a floor-length chair skirt made of a contrasting set of rustic blue and white gingham and chintzy floral fabrics. You finish your snack to the sound of a wall clock, which is made of a birdhouse or something, and start to take your snack wrappers to the trash. But the trash can is a repurposed dollhouse, and you don't know how to open it, so you leave it on the table. You make your way to the living room and flop down on the couch, which used to be cream-colored, I think, but your mother covered it in a slipcover made from some quilts. You fish the TV remote out from between the throw pillows, which also used to be cream-colored, I think, but now they're made of quilts and gingham and maybe some burlap or whatever, and kick your feet up on the coffee table, which is a wooden child's chair with a big piece of wood on top. You flip on the TV, catch the last few seconds of an episode of SpongeBob, and are instantly captivated by the commercial for SpyTech rear-view glasses. Life is good. Life is simple. You have no way of knowing that in exactly 2 years, down to the second, a 9/11 will happen. I see that dealt damage to you.
Hey, Frankie, real quick.
Yeah?
My recording stopped. Can we actually take that back to the beginning and run it again?
Okay. Really?
No. Fucking gotcha.
I mean, I would do it again. I would put more.
No.
I would put more on it.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware. I'm struck by the existential dread of SpongeBob being a part of nostalgia at this point.
Well, yeah. It's been around for forever. They have like
ancient.
spin-offs and reboots now.
It's ridiculous. That was beautiful, Frankie. I'm so proud of you. I appreciate
Thank you.
what you've done here to harken back to a time that, hey, did not exist.
No, I mean, there's like, I get the 90s nostalgia, the 90s pastoralism.
Yeah, okay.
But like, shit was bad and weird then. Shit's bad and weird now. It's just bad and weird
Shit's
in a
always-
different way.
It's always bad and weird.
Yeah.
A podcast. Yeah, man. Okay.
But yeah. I'm kind of struck by just how everywhere that kind of like 90s pastoralism was at the time, and how I think it really strongly correlates to it being a pretty good economic time in the US, and how it was supposed to be the end of history because we had solved all the world's problems.
Instead, we found new problems instead and keep creating
And we made new problems.
And some of those problems were really big in the 90s and are continuing to be a problem now.
Yeah, I'm really worried about this .com bubble.
It's coming. Luckily, AI is going to save us.
Right. That's not a bubble at all.
It's totally not a bubble, and everything's great. Invest your money now. Yeah, man. Well, it's also interesting to like, I've had this conversation with some other people because like you and I did not grow up on farms. But
no,
we grew up
kind of in the country, but it wasn't a farm.
But thanks to the machinations of our father, and I think maybe me more than you just because of the number of sportsman things we would do together, we grew up very farm adjacent.
Yeah.
You know? Like just enough to kind of know how farms work. We did drive tractors before we drove cars. and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's the only time I've ever driven a stick shift.
There you go. But like we didn't have to grow up with like the harsh realities of farm life. And so like in some ways growing up, my perspective on like farms was this like kind of pastoral, like super cool. Everything's great. What a fun place to run around and make a house out of tobacco leaves and play in that for a couple of hours and definitely not have any negative long-term consequences from such an action.
No, this sticky stuff all over me is probably fine.
It's totally great. I would rather do that than shoot a bird. But like my wife grew up on actual farm. She grew up on a vineyard. And then so like I'll have those conversations from that end. And then also talk to people who like always lived in cities and who like you mentioned like, yeah, like growing up on a farm and they like visibly recoil because they're like, oh, no, there's sun out there and bugs. It's always fun to kind of find how people's personal perceptions of like an idyllic pastoral like space is tempered and is different, not just based on the time that they were alive, but also like their growing up experiences. Because like I know a lot of people for whom if you're like asking them to describe their perfect pastoral space, there ain't a single snake or spider in that pastoral land. Full stop.
No bugs.
Don't exist.
No
bugs.
cockroaches in the wood pile.
No cockroaches, no mice in the hay shed. Like they're totally good. Whereas like for me, like, yeah, there's snakes everywhere because I like it the snake. But animals never get sick and you don't have to watch them give birth, which is pretty great. And you definitely don't have to be involved. Everything's wonderful.
I would love to be involved with that. I mean, like,
Nope.
yeah, it's gross, but like, just imagine how it feels afterwards when you're like, holy shit, like I did it. I mean, we did it. It was mostly the cow, but like I helped.
Yeah, I would rather get that feeling from installing a ceiling fan than from delivering the life of another animal. The doctor asked if I wanted to cut the umbilical cord, and I was like, no. I will be on the other side of this. Can we put up a screen, please?
Dude, I need to change out the lights in my kitchen, and I am terrified, but I would gladly aid in the birth of livestock. I would love that.
Hey, man, do you need some like non-podcast advice on changing lights? Because that's easy.
Yeah, let's do it after the podcast.
Okay, cool. Find your fuse box. Step 1.
So as you mentioned, we kind of grew up in this, like, I guess like a middle space between like, we didn't grow up on a farm. We were kind of farm adjacent. I mean, our next door neighbor had horses, but they weren't work horses. They were vanity horses.
Right. But like our dad's work was directly on farms and he grew up working on farms. So like we got a lot of it like secondhand. Yeah.
And we did grow up like pretty far out in the country.
Correct. We could see stars.
We could see stars. We had to drive past fields of agriculture to get anywhere.
We passed many in agriculture to get to the target. We had to drive past much a bean or leaf.
I don't know if this has been your experience, but you know, I find that I really tend to code switch how I speak about where we grew up depending on who I'm speaking to grew up. Because like if I speak to somebody who like grew up more rural than us, I'm like, yeah, man, farm life sounds really hard. Like, you know, that's really cool that's like an experience that you had, you know, yada yada yada. And then like if like I meet someone who grew up in the city and they say fucking anything about the country, they say anything about the South, I'm like, hey, you don't know, you weren't there, you don't know what it's like, you don't get to say that. That's for us.
You've walked to stores. Can you imagine not walking places?
Can you imagine having to drive 30 minutes to go to Walmart and that's the only place where you can drive?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I often find myself that like getting more Southern the more I talk to somebody who's like the more someone's like they grew up on farms or whatever. Like it's not like me trying to like, yeah, I grew up on farms too, but I know enough to be able to like keep up with the conversation.
Yeah.
And inevitably the longer that conversation goes, the more of a Southern affectation I develop. Or I don't know if it's developed or more of it comes through. You know, because I've also found that when I talk to elderly people, I get more Southern. I think it's something about raising my voice. Or playing D&D. I only have one accent I can do, so all of my NPCs are from different parts of the like American South. Like that's pretty much all I've got in my quiver. I guess the question is like when you picture your pastoral, like what? Not you, Frankie, but you, our listener. Just the
Yeah,
one.
you don't want to hear about mine.
No, like what do you picture when you picture the pastoral? Or what is your experience? Or the other question is like, what is when life is shitty? I'm going to ask you this question before you wrap up. When life is shitty and you're like anxiety spiraling, what is the thing, like the job you picture yourself doing that is like your escape from all that?
You're actually asking me, or are you asking my listeners?
No, I'm asking you. They can't. Hey, Frankie. They can't
Yeah?
answer. It's just the two. Like they don't have a microphone. It's just
Golly, you really
us.
want to know?
I mean, kinda. I'm worried that our answer is going to be the same, and that would not be very funny or entertaining.
When things are really shitty and life gets you down.
Yeah.
No. I
get
daydream about
real
moving
zooted.
to a I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But regardless of whether or not I'm zooted, I daydream about moving to one of those tiny island countries like Kiribati or Palau.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what I think about.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dream about moving to like the Pacific Northwest and opening a coffee shop / bookstore / like nerd store with my wife and being like, yeah, everything would totally be good there and we wouldn't have any financial worries at all.
And the great inversion will never happen.
And nothing's bad's gonna happen. And there, it's okay that it rains.
You know, I do think you would really excel in that, but I also feel like that's like opening up a topaz shop in the Southwest.
Yeah. I mean, listen. It's fun. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, follow, tell your friends, whatever. If you want to engage in conversation with either of us, feel free to join our Discord or send us an email if you've got like a word you want us to talk about or we said something wrong, which at this point, I feel like I say at least one egregiously wrong thing in each episode, hoping someone's like, this is the final straw. I have to say something. And then I can be over here like yelling at my wife, it happened. I got an email. It happened. Someday.
Someday you'll get an email. You know what you find a lot of in the countryside?
Ticks?
Bees.
Oh, bees.
Ticks. Bees and ticks. Welcome to Bee Tick. Our bees were made by Lava Salmon, who did a great job, and we love them. You can find more from her in the show notes. You should ask her to draw something for you too.
It's pretty great.
We hope you have a very pastoral week. Out in the country, them hills are calling me. I'm gonna grow some corn.
And maybe some lima beans and got some soybeans. And I used to grow tobacco, but that market went bust.
I got my horse beans. I got
Got
my
my-
sheep beans.
I planted my
I
sheep.
got my cow beans.
Ain't growing much, but it's only a matter of weeks. That's where cotton
I'm
comes
doing
from.
a woolly good job.
Oh no! Hey Frankie, do
Yeah.
you know how you can tell if a farmer is very good at what they do?
If he's outstanding in his field.
Yeah,
Jerk.